again, I just can't believe Gabe would do that.
I could.
That's
I would.
absolutely diabolical.
I did it 100% every time.
That's why
Par
he's
for
not
the
allowed
course.
Talladega anymore.
Hello. Welcome to Shrimp Hours, number 127. I'm drive-through. I'm here. Cody's here. Ben's here. Slap's here. And making his third appearance?
Third officially, fifth, like, barging in.
Oh, right. The wrong Discord.
Yeah, the wrong Discord.
Gabe
era.
Wood of Oops Wrong Discord fame.
I was here for
Then,
that.
like, one time, didn't we, like, invite him in, like, mid-podcast?
Yeah, well, I was here for, like, the 50th episode or whatever, or the 69th episode when it was the 10-pack.
Oh, God.
Everybody pulled up.
We're
That
gonna
was
do that again for
insanity.
169.
We have to. It's tradition at this point. Yeah, every 2 years.
I don't think we'll make it to 420.
Wow.
We barely made it to 126.
I think we could make it to 420 just on spite.
Ed did say he would come back for that podcast.
Even if it's just Slap reading emails and yelling at people.
Oh, we actually have a bunch of emails to read to you, specifically Slap, because the last week you were here, you talked about anime, and I asked if the viewers care about anime, and we got a bunch of emails just listing off anime recommendations, and I was like, I'm saving this for Slap.
I
Shrimp
literally
Hours
might
is
go to bed.
officially an anime podcast. Oh no.
no.
Do you not want that, Slap? Is that not your dream?
We have the animetism. It's over.
You do.
There's
And our
no
viewers
podcast.
do, apparently, which surprises no
my,
one.
Need to go grab my Japanese fighters baseball flag that Slap got me.
Oh, yeah, the official name, the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters.
Ham fighters?
Nippon Ham, because like all the baseball teams there have title sponsors. So Nippon Ham is like a big pork producer over there. So they sponsored the Hokkaido Fighters. So they are the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters.
You know, I feel like this is like a 2-month-long diss that you finally got to reveal that you got me a flag that has the word ham on it. You suddenly made a fat joke over baseball. I appreciate it. That's
Yeah, at least it was like
I
canned
spent
ham.
$1,800 on a flight and like 26 hours round trip just to make a fat joke.
just to buy a flag you could have bought online.
Just wait till Gabe opens his Secret Santa gift.
Oh god.
That being
Surprise,
said,
Anthrax.
this is being
contacts are
recorded
dry.
on Christmas Eve. I'm going to try and get this out tomorrow because I won't be here for a couple days.
Where are you
and
going?
my mom's place.
What
And
are you
once
doing?
again, celebrating Christmas. What's it to you?
Canadians don't celebrate Christmas, do they?
Yeah, actually, we do it a month in advance. Secret shrimp miss. We've once again missed the mark. Surprising
this was-
nobody.
This was going to happen.
It
matter
always
how-
does.
I would
Hey, we
like
might
to
get it
point
before
out.
New Year's.
I would like to point out I bought my presents a month ago.
It's true. I gave everyone a month, and I was like, "That's enough time." Never is.
Hey, I sent out my stuff. I have not gotten my stuff.
I haven't gotten my
Same.
stuff either.
Oh, you haven't gotten your
I
stuff
have
either.
actually gotten
Damn.
all my stuff, so
Must be
I wa-
nice.
I want like an anonymous message just to make sure my stuff hasn't been delivered yet, which is fine if it hasn't. I just want to make sure it hasn't been stolen, given my place's history.
How do you? I'm definitely not opening myself up right now, but how do you send an anonymous message?
Oh, you just go on
easy.
the thing, and then on the group page, there's like an ask a question section, and you can just put a message in there, and then it'll go to your email, or go to the email of the person that you got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if
we
you
should
scroll
probably
down,
better
there's like a-
clarify that for next year, so that way people are like
Yeah, we can
randomly receiving packages and opening them. Like
We're
last
Yeah.
year.
Well. See, what I was telling DT on the way in, like when he and I first got in here, I got an email randomly. I checked my email and it was like, oh, Slap just got flashbanged.
Yeah, going through emails
Uh-oh.
right now. Hold on.
He's
Slap
checking
with
his
the
messages he
flashbangs.
didn't check before.
No, so I checked my I checked my emails and there was an Amazon locker like code. I was like, oh, cool, it's here. And the email right before that was, your package has been taken out for being in there too long. I'm like, what? Hey, what? So I went into the locker and I grabbed the box, and the box said, there's 2 parts to this gift. Oh shit. So I'm having to work that out. I think I'm going to go by the leasing office tomorrow and hope they grab my package.
I blame that on the shipper, not on you, because you had no idea that it was there.
Yeah, they should.
Well, no, I
They
look
should
back.
give you a little thing.
I look back. I've been getting emails for like a week.
Oh my god! All right,
All
never
right,
mind.
no.
Why?
Yeah,
I didn't
fair.
know to expect it.
I'm checking emails for a week.
Do you not check your email once a week?
No.
Base.
You at your new job just not
what?
checking emails?
What? All it is? Oh no! I don't use this email for the NASCAR stuff. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's fair.
But no, I don't check that email. All it is debt collection from stuff I haven't paid for. Why would I answer it? It's just
That's
student
fair.
loans. It's student loans and credit cards. Why would I answer it? They should know they're not getting their money back.
You need the electronic equivalent of a shredder.
That's called burners.
No NASCAR news this week because it's the off season. I will say, I guess this is more of a media check-in thing. I saw a video the other day. I forget who the hell it was by, but some guy finally figured out what the Honey browser extension does and how they make money.
Oh yeah, I saw that video too.
Yeah, that just got randomly recommended to me, and I'm like, I installed that like years ago. I wonder what the deal is.
The what?
Ben told me to install that. How is it stealing people's information? Please enlighten me.
Ben told you to install that?
It doesn't steal your information.
Hold on.
No, when they get a deal with like some influencer, right? And they get paid commission by the click. Like whenever that person like makes a purchase using Honey, which is supposed to look up like coupon codes for you.
That's standard.
Except Honey was had a little piece of code in there, so it would go to their commission would go to their PayPal, not the creators.
Basically,
it would find out like the last click was like on Honey's website or whatever. So
hidden
it would just
in the
send them to
little button where you're like, get me my coupons. It just deletes everyone else's affiliate codes and inserts its own. So they were getting the commission. Even if they didn't give you any deals, you click the thing and it's like, no coupons found, whatever. But they still stuck in their little fucking code, and then they get a little kickback from it.
Well, I knew they got commission off of that stuff, and sometimes they had their own code, but I didn't.
The crazy part
completely
is
stealing
from
other creators.
From the creator, like literally, if a creator, like they get sponsored by Honey to do a video or whatever, and then you buy something in their YouTube description with their creator code, the person who's sponsoring them, Honey, is taking it away like from that creator's revenue. It's crazy work. And they also found out,
is Honey upfront paying the creator though, as opposed to being
no, like aside, like they spend millions on advertising by putting all these YouTube ads and stuff, right? On like sponsored segments. But they, like if you click their button, like it just grabs and dumps everyone else's affiliate links and sticks their own little code in there. They also found out that like they don't even give you the best discounts. Like if you just look online, you can sometimes find better things than what Honey gives you. And they're partnering with stores where you can tell Honey and be like, if Honey users get like a separate discount code than what they actually like what people could get online, people will pay a little bit more, and Honey will like hide the actual good codes from people in order to like integrate with all these websites. And then there's like the guy who made this video teased a part 2 where there's people are supposedly getting discounts that they weren't even like supposed to, and it's like horrible for stores.
I might have gotten that. The last few times I've used Honey for like a Papa John's order, it was initially like $30-something. I was like, all right, that's pretty standard. Then I hit the Honey button, it does its little thing. It's like, oh, your order's now like $13 when it was like 30. It's like, holy shit! Like, what kind of goated coupons did they just apply right there?
You remember a couple of years ago where a bunch of YouTubers got outed for that lordship sponsorship?
Oh, the established titles.
The established titles, and it turned out it was just horse shit. It was the
I
same
don't
thing as
remember.
adopting a star.
Yeah.
Oh,
They give you apparently like a little
Mm.
piece of land out in Scotland, like a 1 foot by 1 foot piece of land in Scotland.
They had
oh,
bought
and it was
like
just
they had
not
bought
true.
they had bought like acres, like many acres of some Scottish Highland or something. It was just a farm,
Right.
but it was like according to an ancient text or like a rural text, as long as you own this amount of land, you considered a lady or a lord. And like a bunch of Scottish lawyers were like, no,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not A, that's not true.
No.
B, please stop calling yourself lord. You're just gonna get your ass kicked.
All these people paying for what they thought was becoming a Scottish lord.
That goes back to the it's like my husband got me a whale tracker for my birthday. It stopped moving.
That whole lore
Uh,
thing sounds like something that Disney adults would do.
Oh, dude.
fucking-
Are we moving into the media check-in? Because I could go down
just-
a whole other rabbit
I just
hole.
want to
saw on the
TLDR.
video.
Uninstall Honey if you haven't already.
But if it's giving me benefits, why do I fucking care?
Download Bonzi Buddy.
Because it's horrible for stores and they will have to make things more expensive, and fucking PayPal owns it and they are taking money away from creators.
Papa John's got enough money and their shit's already
and that's
expensive enough. That's why I use Honey.
That's only what we know about it.
Shrimp Hour sponsored.
I do
by Honey.
use Honey exclusively just for Papa John's.
That's hilarious.
The dude also found out that Linus Media Group actually figured this out and then didn't tell anyone and just like quietly dropped a sponsorship. And he was like, why wouldn't they tell people that they figured this out, that they were stealing from the people that they were sponsoring?
By the way,
Lawsuit.
we'd like to announce our new partnership with Honey. Check our affiliate code down in the description.
Use code SHRIMP for 50% off.
Use code fuck you at checkout.
Yeah, use code SHRIMP. We receive no money in return, and all of your items are 1% more expensive.
We receive no money, but we also receive your social security and bank accounts. Please use our affiliate code. Thank you.
I saw another good YouTube video. I guess I should save it for the media check-in. Let's get the stupid stuff.
Are we
out of
already
the way.
there? For you said this. Well, I guess this is media check-in.
I never did. I say that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Kind of did. And
All right, fuck it.
Slap's been trying to like push it that way. He's like, I'm sitting on go.
Oh, okay, I got one other YouTube video that I watched by this guy named Zachary something or other.
Oh yeah,
he
great shout out.
He spent, I'm not professional. He spent 10 days, you can look it up, living off of dollar store food.
Oh
yeah. You know what?
Pretty
What's
good video.
funny
He was pretty creative.
I followed him when he had like only 500 or 1,000 subscribers because he randomly popped up
Is that the same dude
on one of his old videos.
Is
He
that
did
the
the
same?
Sheets one a while ago.
Well, is that the same dude that like stayed in a bunch of different hotels to test their continental breakfast?
No, that's
No.
that's a YouTuber called Sam Reed. I was just gonna bring him up because yeah, that whole I ate at so and so for a week straight or a month straight. That's like the new trend recently. Because there's this other YouTuber that did that for like Waffle House for like a week straight. He did it for Taco Bell for a month.
Oh,
There was that one where we were watching where a guy ate at nothing but Buc-ee's for like a week straight. That was a
There's a guy-
separate YouTuber.
There's a guy on TikTok. I think he made it 3 days where he was like, "I'm eating at Long John Silver's every day."
Oh God, help him!
And he made it 3 days, and he came out with like a Long John Silver's pirate hat. He goes, "I don't know what's happening, but I fucking love this place."
God help him in his colon.
the only thing I wanted to point out is that Zachary went to the dollar store. He actually came up with some creative like meal ideas, but he also tried Vienna sausage for the first time, and he was like, "This sucks. This is horrible. This is no one should eat this.
Kill this
And
man."
I think he got like a kind of Vienna sausage that didn't look good because it was like a special kind of one.
It was
I'm
the chicken kind, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
which I think would taste terrible.
I think that Sam Reed guy did a dollar store video too. Like I ate at nothing but dollar stores for fucking like 3 days or something like that.
he did. He was like cooking family meals, and it turned out it like wasn't that all like inexpensive to cook for a family. He's like,
Yeah, that
"Oh,
guy's
Yeah, that's one of the big takeaways is that all they do is sell you small portions, and then you have people see the low price number and they're like, "Oh, this is a good deal," and it's like, it's often not a good deal.
$2 steak, and it's that big, but it's actually like 50% water, so it shrinks down to the size of a hamburger patty.
Yeah, even though it's way more expensive per item, that business model lives off the mentality of poor people can't afford to buy in bulk. So
yeah,
they just
and
buy an individual item.
They move into all these little towns where they can't fit like a fucking Walmart, and just drive out family businesses for some fucking Dollar General that employs one 13-year-old for 24 hours a day.
Dude, that scares me. The thought of living in what's known as like a food desert.
Yeah,
where there's nothing except like one McDonald's and just whatever processed like dry food you can get at the dollar store, and that's it.
Oh man.
There's no produce, no veggies, no like fresh meat.
Ain't no way to live.
It scares me.
My hometown, like my house in Georgia, is almost like that. It's like 10 miles to the nearest grocery store, except for a Dollar General. And I swear to God, I think there's 3 before you hit an actual grocery store, and it's a Piggly Wiggly.
Dude, Piggly Wigglies are goated.
Dude,
hopefully that enlightens people on the situation that people live in, and like how people are tightening up like their spending just because they have to pay fucking more for it at Dollar General.
Yeah.
The $3 General.
Dude, top tier like money saving grocery shopping is at Food Lion. And I love it because they give you a receipt with how much you saved over the year. It's great. I think I'm up to like
Dude, Food Line actually is pretty good. Like they had the cheapest steaks like anywhere in town. Like, and this was like on July 3rd. Like I'm buying up steaks right before July 4th. And their steaks are like 20% less than everybody else's.
Well, it's like you can get I got a 12-pack of chicken wings for $4, so I got 3 packs of them. And it's like you go to a restaurant, you're paying $12 for 12 wings if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, exactly.
Yeah, if like the best deal on wings right now is Iron Thunder Bar and Grill. You can get 100
Let's go.
100 wings for $90, baby.
Hog platter. Get a
Jesus
hog platter.
The hog sampler.
I have to go to late model race for that.
They're doing a special. I might videotape it. It's called the 12 Shots of Christmas.
Oh
God!
And if you finish all 12 of them, it doesn't have to be in one night, but it's kind of funny to do all of them. If you finish all 12 of them, you get into like a raffle for like Christmas or something.
I do all of them in one sitting.
God.
I know
That's
you
alcohol
rookie
poisoning is what that sounds like.
I know you would, Cody.
Not at a bar.
Yeah, it's
where they give
motherfuckers
you
from
those
Wisconsin.
Not at a bar
out.
where they give you those
That's just a daily occurrence.
No, they do not water down at Iron Thunder. They want you to drive.
I'll be the judge of that.
Dude, you open the tap in Milwaukee and PBR comes out. Do we want to just media check in? Slap, do we have media you want to check in on?
Yeah, was Cody talking about Disney adults?
Oh yeah.
I watched this video.
Canyon
Disney
video.
adult story.
No, not the Meat Canyon one. This was Jenny Nicholson on YouTube. She talked about going to the Galactic Cruiser. Remember that like themed Star Wars hotel at Disney?
Oh yeah.
So that closed down, I think, last year or earlier this year.
How long was it
But
open?
she went to it and she's like going over like what it's about. There's supposed to be like a story like while you're staying there for 2 nights, and you can interact with it and you can like choose your own adventure or whatever. It's like really watered down. It's not like that great. She's trying to be like super positive about it, but you could tell like part of her soul had been ripped out.
Sorry.
And then she gets into the price tag for 1 room, 2 nights, $6,000.
Oh
my God.
That was for a mid-tier level. Like you could get extra shit added onto that. She was like, yeah, you could spend upwards of like $9K up in there.
Go somewhere.
Guys,
go somewhere interesting and do something fun.
New business venture. For $4,000, the Shrimps will fly you to Orlando, Florida, and take you to a hotel room, turn the lights off, and beat you to death with toy lightsabers.
Listen, Slap, there's a reason why they almost came and turned us into animatronics that one time simply for us filming their parking lots.
Yeah.
They have secrets that they do not want uncovered.
But dude, they had like, since like you're supposed to be like in a Star Cruiser or whatever, and that's like your hotel. They have like what's like a window. It's actually like a big TV screen that like shows like the space and all that like in the background. But and to get like the effect right, there's like these big lights on that surround it. So if you want to like go to sleep but have like space on in the background, there's no way to turn those outside lights on. So it's just blaring lights at you while you sleep. And so there was a whole group of people who came up with a hack that if you got blue duct tape and put it over the lights, it would make this kind of nice like blue hue that hit you, and you could watch space like while you slept and everything. And she's like, for $6,000 a night, I should not have to bring a roll of duct tape to make it work like it should.
Disney
it
and Star Wars is making people come up with solutions only thought of by prisoners in jail cells.
Oh, dude,
when
they have like
they
have another TV screen, and you. And in that TV screen, like there's all these like different movies and stuff, but you can't watch them unless you have a Disney Plus account.
Oh my god, dude. Let's be real though. If you're spending $6,000 for this stupid weekend,
you already have a Disney Plus account.
If I spent $6,000 on a trip to Disney, I'm fucking Chewbacca.
Getting Mickey himself
that's
to service you
just for the hotel. That's not even counting your flight to get there. I went to Japan for 4 weeks, including the JR pass to get around, the flight, shopping, food, hotels, the whole nine. 4 weeks in Japan was $7,800.
I love that the Venn diagram between prisoners and the people doing the Star Wars experience is not zero, and it's right there, and it's finding solutions to sleep. And it's like when the air conditioning won't shut off, so they wet paper towels and shove them on the air vents. That's the same thing as bringing blue duct tape and covering the windows.
Dude, life hacks for your $6,000 weekend experience. Is Disney Adults just like the worst form, like the worst brand of autism?
Yes.
Like people who just go multiple times a year, pilgrimages to the fucking capitalist park center of the world instead of like
never grew out of their childhoods.
The money that you spend on Disney, you can use to like experience new and exciting things all around the world. There is so much to see.
Right, I can understand going there
to Disney.
Going there once. But
go somewhere.
Do somewhere else. You go
Cedar
once.
Point, you can go there multiple times instead of spending $6,000 on a fucking.
I could almost see like going once, and then 10 years later, it's like, oh hey, they added a bunch of shit. They took a bunch of shit out. Let's go again, and I'll bring the kids that I had. I have an All-Star Disney friend pass, and I get to.
That's crazy. People
like,
go multiple times a year.
The fast
multiple
pass,
times a week. They just go.
God. And then they'd be like, "Oh, I can't afford a vacation or to leave the country."
Yeah, somebody would like point it out in that video. It was like, you know what? You could spend less than $6,000, get a plane ticket, and fly yourself to a foreign country to immerse yourself in a real culture rather than a fake one and play make pretend.
Dude,
they want to go to Neverland.
My dream is to like go and trace the steps of one of the Top Gear specials. Like drive a shit box through Botswana or something like that, or one of those deals. And I guarantee you, I could probably do that for the same price as staying at the fucking Disney Star Wars hotel.
Oh, cheaper. Much cheaper.
They're using it for storage now. Like the whole thing went bust.
Damn, no one wanted to pay $6,000 for 2 nights in a fake hotel.
Good. That's how we stop these abomination business models. We just all refuse to pay for them collectively.
Yeah, stop giving into
Disney
the fucking
$400 million on that thing.
Good.
And might have made $150 million back.
We'll be seeing you.
The rest of it was written off.
Oh, good thing they got all that Star Wars money that
they got deep
recoup
pockets.
their losses from.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
I don't know. Those Star Wars movies are starting to bust. You can only bust so many times, even with Disney money.
Amen.
You can only bust so many times.
there's the title.
Yeah, right now.
Down.
Disney has busted me dry.
Bustin' makes me feel.
All right, if that's all the media,
Boston.
Hold on.
Premium bowling. We had a lot of fun with that.
Cody won't play bowling with us, but I do enjoy
We're too busy
bowling.
being bracked in Ghost Game. Zach Baggins
We did have
simulator.
some good Ghost Game runs. Been a good week for gaming, dude. I bowled a perfect game in fake video game bowling, and we caught a bunch of ghosts in fucking Ghost Game.
We haven't had like a round of GTA Sumo free for all where it hasn't like given it to the wrong
Completely
fucking
screwed us
winner.
over.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. It happened.
And we
again.
played another round and it did the exact same thing to no one's surprise.
All right. Football.
Hold on a second. Can I say something real quick? I just thought about something. I know you guys
Yeah, you're
probably
allowed.
covered it. Sorry.
What?
Huh?
I said
no,
you were
no.
allowed.
Yeah.
Oh,
go.
you said. I thought you said hold
You're
on,
good.
like you were backing up a transition. Sorry about that.
No.
No.
Spit it out.
My bad. So I know you guys probably covered it the past 2 weeks, but I wasn't here, so fuck you.
All right.
I had a conversation today where I had to explain what the Hawk-Tua girl did.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
The thing
And
that
I
made her
never
famous, or
thought-
the thing that is.
I
gonna make her
never
not
thought I
famous?
would have to include the Hawk-Tua girl, a crypto coin, and the plot of the Wolf of Wall Street in the same like story, because it's all the same.
Dude, she came back. She disappeared for 2 weeks and then came back and put out a like apology tweet after just being MIA for 13
Well, she
days.
did
or
make out
whatever.
with $2 million or something like that.
Well, let's see how it is after all the lawsuits.
Get that bag.
Yeah, get that bag
Good
to
luck.
pay for your to get out.
I mean, it's crypto. That's kind of the beauty of crypto is
It's
you just
unregulated.
never,
That's
you're
yeah.
not held accountable for anything that you do.
And like the meme says, if you lost money to Hawk-Tua coin, you didn't deserve that money in the first place.
It's true. That is incredibly true.
Yeah, you should have used that money to go to the Star Wars hotel.
I'm really glad Slap you spoke up, because you're the type of guy you were getting real quiet, like, oh god, Slap fell
No,
for it.
it's-
I
No,
think
that-
Slap secretly invested in Hawk.
Friends
to a
don't
coin,
let
but
friends be crypto
He doesn't want to
losers.
I don't
There's a-
have a crypto wallet, all right?
There's
Yeah,
a
they
jug.
just buy bathwater instead.
I was just about to say, somewhere on that shelf back there is a jug of the Belle Delphine bathwater.
Listen, dog. Don't do that. to me.
Show us the fridge. Show us the fridge.
What's in the box?
Maybe that'll
What's
be
in
the
the
episode
fucking
200 reveal as we get to see what's in Slap's fridge.
No, we just get to see what the hallway looks like.
2 minutes of football. Go.
The college playoffs are stupid, fake, and gay.
So why do people hate the college playoffs? I don't understand anything.
Well, I mean, it's just the first round, since it's 12 people in the playoffs, the first round is just a bunch of matchups where we know the winner way ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
And it just, like, 3 of the 4 games, the other team just got completely obliterated. Like, it was over with by the first quarter.
So
Clemson kind of made it interesting with Texas, but even then, most of the game, they were down by 2 scores.
And what's hilarious is they're slowly working their way to what Division II does with like a 32 team playoff. Because that's the way
Jesus.
they do it. It's just a round robin tournament, and then toward the end, like, yeah, the 2 best teams are going to end up playing each other.
I don't
'cause it's
understand the
funny-
hate. This is still a way better system than
Than the BCS, yeah.
Yeah.
and
But
fucking
like-
voting for 4 teams that don't deserve it.
Well, it's like everybody complained about the 4-team playoff, so then they added 2 more teams, and they were like, "Well, we don't have enough parity. We need more teams." Okay, and then they added the 12-team playoff, and now
Why don't
everybody's
you
like,
just make it a real playoff?
"Is there too many teams?"
Yeah, there's
No.
like 200 teams or some shit like that.
Oh, and shout out to Marshall not being able to play their bowl game
Why not?
because of the transfer portal.
Oh yeah,
Marshall-
that is another
Marshall-
BS
Marshall-
thing that we should go over.
These are just
Marshall-
words.
Marshall fired their coach at the end of the season, but they were bowl eligible. But then all the players were like, "Yeah, no, we're gone." And the transfer portal to transfer to other teams or to other colleges opens before the bowl season. So all of them left. I think there were like 3 players on the active roster, so they had to forfeit the bowl game.
And this is also happening on bigger college teams. Like, so top level players that are going to go to a different college just can't play in their bowl game or just can't play in the playoffs because they have to be on the other team. So they just can't play with their current team.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit needs to change. And then I heard Ohio State, because of these new NIL deals, name, image, and likeness. Apparently, Ohio State has the most expensive team in college football right now. Was $120 million?
I believe it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I saw
Yeah, it's
somebody drew a
ridiculous.
diagram about how to get NC State and North Carolina more money for NIL, and it was just a diagram of tricking Michael Jordan to go into a casino. But it was just an NIL like fundraiser.
I mean, that
Well, you
shit's
just put a
gonna
slot machine
end
there.
up
He's good.
killing.
You're good.
That shit's gonna end up killing college football because it's already like the way the TV deals get done between like the conferences and shit. That's probably gonna end up killing off the ACC because the ACC already has Florida State and Clemson talking about leaving because they don't like the TV money deals.
And it almost killed the Pac-12, but now it's got like a bunch of B-tier teams coming back into it. Hey, for the final 30 seconds, how about NFL Red Zone completely unraveling this weekend?
What happened?
So for the past 7 years, they've been or whatever, NFL Red Zone has been announced as 7 hours of commercial-free football. Like,
Oh,
if you
but
got
it
the
just said
subscription,
7 hours of
the
football.
dude said 7 hours of uninterrupted or 7 hours of football, and everybody went, "Whoa, hold the fuck on!" And yeah, they did show commercials, and
Damn.
ESPN didn't put out an apology. The announcer had to put out an apology.
If you pay for something and still get commercials, it's not worth paying for.
That's what everybody's saying.
That's what TV is.
That's
Vikings
true.
and Lions need to fucking lose. I'm getting pissed.
Also, the Browns suck.
Packers are
Yeah.
11-4
Thank
about
you.
to be and second to last in
Names-
the division.
Name something surprising, DT.
Dude, they fucking threw out Jameis Winston and this other motherfucker threw 2 interceptions immediately, so shout out.
Yeah. Welcome to the Browns.
All right.
I don't know how they're
we
going
are
to
a-
get their
we are a
$1.6 billion in public funding for their shitty stadium that no one wants.
We are a factory
God.
of sadness.
Your factory of sadness.
Yeah, it's not the time to be like, hey guys, we need a bunch of money for a new stadium when the team fucking sucks.
For a dome stadium that no one wants out in the middle of
yeah,
right next to
nowhere.
the Cleveland Hopkins Airport, where they said blatantly in an email, like, we're going to try to charge as many fuckers as possible parking. It's like, don't you realize your fan base is fucking broke because they live in Ohio? Like, they're not going to be able to afford to go to these fucking games.
Oh, what was it? They were talking about the Cleveland Browns, like for the past 6 years, the season ticket holders have been getting fucked on their gifts. Because if you sign up for season tickets, like a lot of these teams will do a gift. So it's like, oh, and a new Raiders jersey, and then you get your season tickets, and then you get like commemorative memorabilia and shit like that in like a big package. And then the Browns have been sending like a UPS package, and then you open it and it just says, "Congrats, you get to watch this failure of a franchise play." And then you open up, it's like 50% meal vouchers for the hot dog stand.
Oh my god.
And not only that, but they're raising the price of them by a shitload to try to pay for the stadium. So a lot of people are canceling their season tickets.
Oh,
like
boy.
some of them that have had it for over 40 years, I believe. Even before when it was Art Modell, they moved out. And it's like, this owner is literally being Art Modell. The city is invoking the Art Modell rule to prevent them from moving out of the city of Cleveland.
I feel like if you have season tickets for a team like for 40 years, you should be out there calling plays at that point. You should have like a seat at the table, like the draft table.
Yeah, or at least on the like board of fucking decision making.
Your family has spent over 6 figures
to watch the Browns.
That could have been a house.
Or you could go places.
Well, I remember you guys.
Or you can go to Disney.
Oh my god!
Go to the
A couple times.
cruiser.
Real quick, before we move past the Browns, I just want to let Ben know. I told him last night that in my Madden franchise, I'm doing this for fun. that the Browns in like the 2027 season beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. It has happened 2 years in a row now. In the 2028 season, the Browns have defeated the Chiefs in the divisional round, are heading to the conference championship game against the Chargers. So we'll see how that goes once this podcast gets done.
Hey, if we
There
go,
is hope. There is hope.
We know Madden's truth. If we're following the Jets stories.
Oh my God!
The Jets still stuck in my franchise.
Did you hear
so
about
that's
this?
accurate.
Did we talk about that last week, DT?
What?
I don't
No.
think so.
Oh, how the Browns got their top wide receiver, Judy.
Oh, because they said that the dude's kids were didn't like his Madden ratings.
Yes. So as bad as the Browns are, they're at least not as bad as the Jets.
Yeah, I remember, we talked about that report that like the kids were like in the locker room and like would straight up talk shit about some of the players' performances, and it's just the owner's kids.
They were in the room during draft day. They were.
You see what
making phone
happens
calls.
when you don't relinquish general manager duties to Aaron Rodgers? The kids take over. This is why Aaron Rodgers should be in charge of all the personnel decisions going forward.
Yeah,
You know, to be fair, probably the only
wrong.
reason why Aaron Rodgers is there is probably because the kid wanted him.
That's true.
The entire state of New York wanted him at the time until that ACL snapped, and then it's just been all downhill from there. Everyone was so excited in that entire state and fan base, and it's just
He had a
been
good couple
misery.
weeks.
On
Dude.
9/11.
All right, we're going to Animal Planet.
How's that delivering been, Slap? You've probably been awfully busy, huh?
Yeah, we got 2 weeks worth of animal helper stories to come from you, Slap.
Well, not really.
Uh-oh.
I had an anxiety attack on road.
Oh,
has
You
it
knew
not worked
this.
since?
Hey,
You guys
welcome to the
knew
club.
this. Oh.
So I got taken off the road last week. Got a doctor's note, got some medication, so I'm good now.
Oh, okay.
Going to therapy, talking to somebody, getting some shit sorted out.
Hey,
Been a lot of-
overworked.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't just like the work; it was a lot of family shit too. It's been very tumultuous past 3 months.
These things happen.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have any Animal Planet stories.
I just
really.
I would hate to be your therapist to like suggest. Well, do you have a friend group that you can rely on? Check the phone.
Oh my God.
Looks at the shrimp group chat. No, I don't.
No, in fact, I should probably cut them off.
Yeah.
You know what,
don't
Doc?
understand.
You're
If
right.
Slap stops appearing, you know why.
You're right.
Yeah,
Slap
my
needs
doctor's
a
order.
therapist.
Pull the
I have
rusty and
noticed
he's better
I
off.
have noticed I haven't been in shrimpage a whole lot the last week or so. My anxiety isn't as bad anymore.
He gets doctor's orders to cut shrimpage out of his life.
Can we please get that on a note? That would be the first piece of furniture in the shrimp house. Just
Doctor
doctor's
recommends immediate cease of all
you need to-
shrimpage
all
communication.
I was told to cut shrimp out of my diet.
All right, well,
write that one down.
Am I up?
yeah. Have you
Alright.
talked about your team change?
Me?
Gabe Wood's silly season?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I'm wearing.
You say you got the old team and
Yeah,
the new team.
I got the old team set, but Case Collenbach and I both moved over to the 51 car a couple weeks ago for Jeremy Clemens. He's the crew chief, and I'm the car chief. So it's
Fuck
looking,
yeah.
Shrimps are
Which
moving up in the
means-
world.
Moving on up.
So if you see Jeremy Clement's car get hooked sideways and the roof flaps do not deploy, you know who to blame.
Jordan Love. Holy cow, what a throw. Sorry.
You will.
And
you
if
will
you,
know.
like-
You will know because it's going to show up on a penalty report.
I was gonna say, if you fail inspection, they'll straight up be like, "Fucking Gabe Wood suspended."
No, it's like
That
was
is true.
No, we're gonna. It's one of these times. It didn't happen often last year, but eventually somebody's gonna get ejected.
Yeah,
It's
if like a
only 2
tire
times.
comes off, Isn't it like if a fucking tire comes off?
Yeah,
Well,
it's on
isn't-
you, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
or
but no, only if
tungsten
you,
like weights or anything. If any of that.
no,
falls off, too.
if you fail inspection twice, the car chief
Yeah, the
gets
car
ejected.
chief gets thrown out, and that would be Gabe.
That would
That's
be on a
hilarious.
penalty report. Like it wouldn't be any lasting suspension or anything, but yes, it would be on a penalty report. And I guarantee you, it would be on an Animal Planet immediately.
We just need like an AI image of Gabe being escorted out of Daytona in handcuffs.
Dude, that Bob Pockers tweet is gonna go crazy of like 51 car chief Gabriel Wood ejected.
And just the entire internet. Why are there so many quote tweets on this innocuous? And it's just DT and Slap going, hey!
Smoking that Gabe pack.
He did it! He did it!
It's just gonna be me smoking a fat pack, just smoking a cigar, being like, "So long, shit ass."
Guilty. He's guilty. I know it. But yeah. So we're looking forward to it. Case and I spent a lot of time today getting the Rockingham test car ready. So
Are you working? They're not making you work Christmas Eve, are they?
no, hell no.
Okay, good.
Nope. Christmas Eve, Christmas, we're out, and I think we're probably not going to end up working New Year's. It's kind of weird because we've got a test at the end of January, but we've got to be at Chevy to pull the car down the 8th.
Oh, on the bouncy machine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a stress test. It's actually kind of cool. We'll get to my Animal Planet here in a second. This is actually pretty cool. I didn't know this was a thing. So at the Chevy Sim, they all drive basically like Justin Allgaier's chassis, and then you change springs and shit like that. But you're still driving that chassis, whatever chassis it is. It's a generic Chevy Junior Motorsports chassis. We're going to be put on this rig, and it'll stress test like 7 or 8 different points on the car. It's got load cells on all 4 springs, on the track bar, on the sway bar, on all 4 corners of the chassis, and the tie rods. And it'll basically pull that entire rig, and it will measure the stress and the flex on that chassis, and then they'll take that number or all those numbers and put it into the Chevy Sim rig. So when we test on the Chevy Sim rig with Jeremy, it'll be his car he's driving.
Oh, that's
a
cool.
crazy level
that's
of
pretty
detail.
awesome.
Yeah. We're pretty pumped. We're getting a lot of Chevy support, so gonna be
Are
a
they
lot
going
of
to
fun.
take you to the secret underground wind tunnel that I know they have?
No. Shut up, Slap.
No comment. No comment. No comment. No comment.
I haven't got my key card yet. You can't fire me. But I'm probably gonna have to get one of those. Yeah, because we're gonna be up at Chevy for like 2 or 3 days, trying different stuff. So that'll be fun. But all right, fair. Okay, I hit my wheel and it unplugged.
You didn't
Okay.
break
Whoops.
it, did you?
It's not a good sign.
It's over.
No, it's same thing. It didn't core. Like it moves.
Yeah.
Preface: if you think I'm talking about you, I'm not. But heed warning, because this shit's really starting to piss me off. As
No one
somebody
watches
in the
this show anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, but yeah, on the off chance some autistic shitter is watching this. But all right,
Aren't we all?
You subscribe to our entire audience, I think.
You can have Hi, hi, you industrious little fellows. And we're off the air in South Korea. But
Oh, field goal's good. Hell yeah.
I mean this in a very sincere way when I talk about this, but I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the most random people with no experience try and drive a fucking ARCA car. They are getting stricter on the approval process, but for the love of Christ, and preface, the one person I will name in this, I'm not talking about Brayton Laster.
Damn.
No, his family
He
has
runs
their
his
own
own
team.
shit. Yeah, they got
He
a lot of
runs his own
cars.
shit, but he flat says, "Hey, I want to raise money to run my ARCA car. That's like to run an ARCA car for somebody. That's one thing." But for the love of God, if every time you have to step foot in a race car, even if it's a fucking go-kart and you have to put out a GoFundMe, you're not a fucking race car driver. I'm sorry. It's not for everybody. Racing has gotten too safe for these idiots to jump in these cars. And this is coming from somebody who works on them, who like stresses that you put a car together, you could kill somebody. Like it's a lot safer than it used to be, but I stress every day about that. But watching these
still
guys
racing, it's still dangerous.
Yes. And watching these guys go, well, guys, I'm gonna go run the ARCA race at Elko. What have you driven? What have you driven?
Ford Focus.
Yeah, Ford Focus. A Ford Focus bang banger at Mountaintop Buttfuck Speedway.
And I have 0 feature wins.
Yeah, it's like by all means, chase your dreams, but for the love of God, getting a late model first.
I'm a winner in the
years.
course series. Does that qualify me to make?
I mean,
You're actually overqualified.
You might actually be overqualified.
That's the other thing. I'm gonna step on a fucking soapbox here. iRacing don't mean shit. Do not.
It wasn't iRacing. It was NASCAR Heat.
There's a guy. Shut up. But there have been people that have listed, and this is a while ago. This is not recently. They listed iRacing on an ARCA license request.
Oh boy,
that's crazy.
That is insane. But like, I'm sorry, not everybody gets to be a race car driver.
It's crazy. I feel like the approval.
But my parents told me I could be anything I wanted.
Yeah, well, I dressed up as a firefighter when I was 9. That didn't mean I jumped into a burning building. Sorry.
I feel like the approval process, like strictness curve, is just completely out of whack. Because in ARCA, you've got like fucking whatever the hell won an iRacing race once getting in a car. But I saw a thing the other week that Tommy Joe who wanted to do a cup race, and they said no
because he didn't have success in the top 2 division or the other 2 divisions.
How many races has Tommy Joe Martin's done, and you can't put him in a cup car?
But who got approved to run the Clash? Tim Brown.
That Bowman Gray driver.
Tim Brown, a Bowman Gray modified driver. Great modified driver. He has 1 top 3 series start, and it was a truck race at Martinsville.
Based.
Tommy Joe has done 28 truck races and 129 Xfinity races.
Not approved for cup.
Remember when Jonathan Davenport did the NASCAR race at Bristol Dirt? He's having 0 experience with any of those bottom series.
Stuart Friesen ran that race too, and he's only ever done trucks before.
I like those ringers.
But
how do you do 129 Xfinity starts and that's not enough?
Well, I wonder which NASCAR executive he pissed off. Like, no, he's not racing cup.
Well,
that's crazy.
Well, I love Tommy. He does have the ability to do that with his Twitter stuff. He's not wrong all the time, but he doesn't do himself.
Still, you can't be biased in the approval process.
There's a term we call
this is NASCAR. We're talking
NASCAR
bridges.
Yeah, NASCAR being biased.
There's a term called burning bridges.
I should probably shut up.
No one watches this.
But
You've been fined for actions detrimental.
Yeah, but no. But back to my main point. You could technically say that you ran a late model, go test an ARCA car at Daytona, and be approved to run Daytona with no prior experience. You could lie. It'd be hard. You would have to, but it's like, or if you ran 2 late model races, and it's like, yeah, I'm ready to run Daytona. You run 4 laps around Daytona. Congrats, you're approved. Here's $30,000. All right, cool. And you go die on the high banks. That's not safe.
Dude, that should be like NASCAR 06 career mode where you do 2 laps around Daytona and they're like, hell yeah. Yeah.
No, better yet, you race Ryan Newman around the streets of New York. You just be like, all right.
I don't get what is the appeal of making your ARCA debut in the shittiest of shit boxes for like 10 grand to run 4 laps. You paid 10 grand to go to driver intros. That's all.
Starting
it's the ARCA racing experience. You just
you go run Salem and you're 10 seconds off the pace on a half-mile racetrack and you get smoked. You see it every week. Not everybody gets to be a race car driver.
Who was that guy that we saw at when we went to see that ARCA race at New Smyrna back in 2022. The 48 car, Brad Smith, I think his name was.
Oh yeah,
We met him
those
in
are the old James Hilton cars.
Yeah, we met him in. I think we met him briefly in like driver intros or like the
Not very
stuff. And
fast.
he was a super nice guy, but yeah, horribly off the pace.
Well, yeah, but Brad's been around for a while. He just he gets
At least those are
his
cars. It's not some kid paying to get in someone else's car.
Yeah,
exactly.
But and it's like I see the most random shit on Facebook.
I do have his hero card somewhere.
There's this old dude on Facebook that I see that's wearing like a pink and blue fire suit, and it's got ARCA patches and shit all over it. It's like help me make my ARCA debut next year, and it's like a 60-year-old dude, and it's like, and you look at his Facebook, and there's no race cars.
Let him live his dream.
No, fuck your dream.
Play iRacing, old man. Come on.
Fuck your dreams.
Fuck your dream. I'm
or
sorry.
just run a late model, you weirdos.
Yes. For the love of God. Like, I am this close to Xfinity cars every day. I don't want to fucking drive a race car that goddamn bad. What is wrong with you people?
From an outsider perspective, for me, it should be more don't hate the player, hate the game. It seems like more of an issue with ARCA itself and the regulations that they put upon as opposed to the drivers. Like if I have $20,000 saved up and ARCA is going to allow me to race, then fuck it.
Yeah, it's a two-part problem. I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, if ARCA approves these idiots, by God, go ahead, get yourself killed out there at Salem or something. I do whatever. But like, I don't get. That's the other thing. Yeah, you paid $20,000. You were lapped 40 times during a race. If you ran the whole thing, how is that fun?
Yeah.
Right. I'd rather put that money into, if I wanted to actually do racing, I would put it into a decent late model.
Well, it's like,
try to get sponsors that way.
Like, do what the Kimmels do. The Kimmels run a 602 crate ARCA series at Salem Speedway. And like, you run like small treadwear tires, but they're like 600 horsepower motors. And you're running an ARCA car or a Gen 4 stock car around Salem, they'll rent that shit out to you for $1,000. Congrats, you're getting some oval experience. Run a full year of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
There's a fucking earthquake going on at Cody's.
I've been keeping this bottled up for a long time because I don't want to be an asshole personally to people on the internet when I see this shit, but it irritates the fuck out of me because every time you look up, they're trying to like raise money to go run a late model or run an ARCA car, and it's like, or run like,
stop it, get some help.
Stop it. Go to Disney.
Go run. Like, you're raising $1,000 to go run somebody's mini sprint. Get a job. Just save your money.
Go somewhere.
Or call people. Pick up that phone. Dial those numbers. Find somebody to sponsor you.
Don't be e-begging. Friends don't let friends e-beg.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
All right. That's your...
I'm sorry to announce, but I have a GoFundMe that I'm going to be running the Daytona.
500.
What's like the biggest piece of shit race on the ARCA schedule? What's like the biggest meme?
Flat Rock.
What? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, look up ARCA at Flat Rock.
Is this East or West?
ARCA East, May 17th, Flat Rock.
It's a third mile, and it's perfectly flat.
I've never even heard of this track, which is pretty impressive. Flat Rock Speedway. Let's look at the entry list.
It's not good.
I'm interested if Cody knows this track.
What track is that?
Flat Rock Speedway.
I've heard of it. I've never been there or know much about it.
Okay, let's look at the entry list for the Dutch Boy 150, the 2024 ARCA. Stream this. Oh, I guess, yeah, I can put this on the fucking thing.
And this is ARCA East, which normally has the top tier ARCA drivers in it, as opposed to the West.
All right, we've got, this is not fucking...
Jason Alexander, all the way from Seinfeld.
Nate Moeller, Jason Alexander, Zachary Tinkle, I've heard of.
Zachary
Of the
Tinkle finished
Hillenburg
like third or fourth in this
William
race.
You've got
Sawallish, he's
William
good.
Sawallish in a Gibbs car. Zillish in that other good one.
Gio Ruggiero in a Venerini car.
I don't know who that is. Rita Goulette.
Yo, Wilson.
Brad Smith, Tony Bridinger, Jeffrey McZink, Colton Collins, Mike. These look like fucking like fake guys in the EA games. Colton Collins and Michael Maples, like those are not real people.
Yeah, just the alliteration names.
Yeah.
Cody Dennison of Hoax Bluff, Alabama.
Dude, this is fucking fakenamegenerator.com.
Cody Dennison literally sounds like the guy that you race for the champion is like the fastest car in Dirt to Daytona.
Hold on. Why is that last guy sponsored by
Dennison.
Timcast? Is that Tim Pool's fucking
Yes.
Oh my god, it
Yes.
is.
Oh my god.
No.
Hold on a second.
Dennis,
Hold on
how is
just
it-
a second.
How is the crew chief
Did I just...
the driver of the Zero?
What? Wait a minute.
Hold on. Hold on. Do we have any other of those overlaps? That we're not
would you like to see the crew chief for the 11?
Shane Huffman.
I don't think so. Todd Perrin. Who's that?
That
The
Dennison
Todd
name.
Parrott?
Yes.
Isn't that the team in Talladega Nights? Like
Yeah.
No,
Dennison
that's
Racing?
Dennett. That's Dennett.
Dennett.
Not
Dennett,
Dennison.
right, that
Yeah, Todd Parrott, Dale Jarrett's lifetime crew chief.
Oh damn! On a Hillenburg car.
He loves him some Zachary Tinkle.
All right.
That kid can drive, like honestly.
Shout out to Mart, Texas.
I love how they've got like the Wayne Peterson cars, the Venturini whatever's, Brad Smith, and then you've got the whole Hillenburg family. You've got a couple Andy Hillenburg entries. You got a Michelle Hillenburg entry, and a Dustin Hillenburg.
and Michelle. So shout out Blaine Donahue. That is Patrick Donahue's son, who was the crew chief for
Cornelius.
For Jeff Gordon in the Pepsi Busch cars.
Yep.
Thin blue wine cellar.
Thin blue wine cellars. Oh my god, dude. I haven't even looked at all these sponsors. That's hilarious.
So I think the year before, Billy Venerini ran.
Himself? How old
Yes.
is he?
He's like 40 something.
Oh, never mind. That's not that old.
Well, he's also been retired for 10 years.
Yeah. Especially by ARCA standards, that's not that old.
Man, imagine retiring at 30. Must be nice.
Well, he works still. he runs the team.
He's not fully retired.
He's just not racing.
That's the other side
Hey.
of the problem in ARCA is when you get, it's not the young kids that are like, I want to go race an ARCA car. It's the 70-year-old dude sponsored by his local AARP chapter going, I want to race in the Auto Racing Club of America.
Yeah, they always got like a couple of like 60-something-year-old dudes that show up that are like sponsored by their construction company they own, and they just go out there and just suck shit.
That's gonna make me one day.
Well, it's like, how many times has Benny Chastain flat-footed into a wreck at Daytona? Because it's not 0 and it's above 4.
They call them ARCA brakes for a reason. Shout out to ARCA.
Oh, Jaden Reed has got another catch.
Incredible series.
Oh, they put Malik Taylor in.
No one cares about the Packers. Want to read some emails?
Let's get this show over.
Send in your fucking mail. Wash your fucking hands, Slap.
I'm tired, boss.
Slap's going to talk about us in therapy.
Wash your fucking hands, Slap.
I don't blame him.
I don't either.
And the therapist is gonna tell him to cut us out of his life.
You do this podcast. Can I watch it for?
No.
No.
So before we get into the fan mail segment, first of all, every time I'm in here, that fan mail song gets longer and fucking longer. Second of all, we were
That's not Drip or Drown.
forewarned by DT about the contents of this email, or like the emails.
No, these ones are for you, Slap. You ready to fucking... What do you
Go back
mean?
to
You like
therapy
anime? Here's some
tomorrow.
anime shit. This,
Also,
this
don't forget to
email's
send
from
them in,
like
guys.
3
Don't
weeks
send
ago.
them in, guys. Do not.
If you want to give us $20,000, send it to ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com, and we will
If you
go
want to see
Disney.
Michael Cozy Jr. race a fucking ARCA car
Yeah,
Sponsored by Shrimp Hours.
send us $26,000 so I can run Daytona and go to the space hotel.
All right, guys.
ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. Also, questions, comments, concerns, anything else. We'll take them. Send them in.
Emphasis on concerns.
Send in the number on your parents' credit card with the 3 numbers on the back.
No.
All right, Slab. Here's some emails from like 3 weeks ago. All right. This is for you to get a pop. Mr. S says, hopefully I'm not the only person that emails about the anime they've seen. You're not. I think a lot of anime is bait for horny losers. We have one of those. But some of it is all right. Evangelion is all right, but the last 10 episodes and the end of it is peak. Cowboy Bebop is good. Initial D first to third stage is good, and fourth to final is shit. I disagree. It was okay. MF Ghost is dog shit for horny losers. Damn.
My favorite anime is...
I saw one clip of that and it looked cool, but I guess Mr. Ass is not a fan. Overtake is alright. Serial Experiments Lane is good, and Redline is really good. I hope this pisses Slap off.
My favorite
Redline is really good.
My favorite anime is The Boondocks.
Didn't that actually have Didn't that actually have like a couple of like Japanese animators that work on it?
Yes. Yes. The whole show is literally Japanese anime inspired. That's why I said
I don't know what it is.
I wasn't fucking joking.
What the fuck is The Boondocks? Is this what I
watched the Boondocks? Uncultured DT straight.
I've seen screenshots of this.
I don't think they're allowed to say those words in Canada.
Oh yeah, this is another one of those American shows that just did not make it across the border.
Just look at their prime.
The next email comes in. This is Andrew R from Down Under, who dropped a bunch of anime shit. This is all old shit, so maybe you're interested, Slap. He said he grew up watching Astro Boy, Prince Planet, Ulysses 31, The Battle of the Planets, both Voltrons, The Wizard of Oz, and has been recently rewatching Samurai Pizza Cats.
Dude, Samurai Pizza Cats was my shit when I was like 6 years old.
See, there you go. I knew you'd pop for some of this. Dude, he loves Samurai Pizza Cats. He says the voice actor Sonia Ball, who plays Polyester, is also the voice of Arthur's mom in Arthur.
Polyester.
Polyester is a top tier name.
That's a character name. That's great.
The other series that he's rewatching is Small Viking Vicky from 1974, which is a German-Japanese co-production.
I remember
I was watching the original German dub. Okay.
Gabe.
It's a German-Japanese anime based on a Swedish book.
I'm really glad Slap.
That's like a deep hole.
We're getting the band back together.
Oh my god.
He also says the anime that made him cry the most recently was Kill Me Baby, which I've never heard of. All right, last anime email for you, Slap. This one comes in from Rhino GT4. He says the allegations that we are degenerate weeb trash are true. Yeah, I knew.
Oh no.
I don't watch nearly as much anime as I want to, but I've been fairly Dragon Ball pilled recently. Watching a bunch of random clips from DBZ and the abridged parody, plus a few episodes of the new series currently airing. I can't remember if this has been asked before, but what is a meh or shitty game, movie, or show that you love? For me, I have a soft spot for Sonic 3D Blast for Sega Genesis. The gameplay is awkward and slow, but the way you save the animals... Oh, and the way you save the animals is annoying and dumb, but I really like a lot of the visuals, and the soundtrack is 10 out of 10, except for one area. There's also a lot of nostalgia bias. While I know the game isn't very good, I found myself enjoying playing through it every time.
I have a vice.
Yeah?
It's the most historically inaccurate fucking movie to ever exist, but I love Enemy at the Gates.
Oh yeah.
I think I have a video game vice, and that's Garf Kart.
Garf Kart. It was for a short period of time.
I was gonna say, we
was
played
on
that for like
menu.
2 weeks. I'm gonna
For
say
those 2 weeks, we played it fucking hard for no reason.
Everyone else hates NASCAR 08 on PS2, but I love that shit. It goes crazy hard.
There's a popular show. There's a popular show. I'm sure every single shrimp other than me would say is god awful, but god damn it, I fucking like it because I got into it as a kid. I'm a secret fan of Friends. I think I've mentioned that in the show.
That's just showing your age.
Growing up with a lot of
Alright, we're
sisters
just gonna-
that forced you to watch it all the time fucking certainly didn't help.
My mom watched that shit to learn English back in the day. Don't know.
Do you guys remember the show Jericho that got canceled?
Yeah, I remember that with there's like a nuclear explosion and nobody can
Yes.
figure out like what's going on. Yeah.
Yes, it kind of went off the rails in the second season, but like the first season was like the perfect post-apocalyptic thing. Like the first season, like there's no big armies to fight, there's no zombies or anything. It's literally just a small town trying to figure out what the fuck just happened, and then they canceled it.
Yeah, it's completely cut off from like the outside world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like a bunch of plot lines that don't go anywhere, and then they just fucking cancel this shit.
And then they're like,
Damn.
"Oh, Cheyenne, Wyoming has declared war on the state of Texas." Huh? And then the show ends.
There was a Rooster Teeth show that I watched way back in the day that was kind of like that, where they did 2 seasons and it was like a drama post-apocalyptic thing, and it was like finally getting spicy, and then they just ran out of money and just never did it again. They like hinted some big shit at the end, and then it's just dead forever.
Do you guys remember there was an animated, like it was supposed to be a co-op or cooperative thing between 3 animation YouTubers about GTA 5? And like the first guy did Trevor, the second guy did Franklin.
No.
I'm not on animation YouTube.
But it was like 7 or 8 years, and the guy that was supposed to do Michael never released it.
Damn.
So the videos, or somebody did online, somebody did Trevor, and somebody did Franklin, and then the last guy was supposed to release Michael and never did it. So the YouTube comments are just full of, "Oh boy, can't wait for the Michael video." It's been out for like 10 years.
There's nothing worse than like missing like something like that, where you like miss a deadline or you fuck it up, and the pressure just keeps mounting of all these kids fucking at your throat. That's not like anyone I know. Ryan also says, on the music side, I absolutely love the absolute pile of garbage album Saint Anger. It sounds like a shitty garage band's first album. The production's awful. The drums sound like trash bins. No guitar solos was certainly a choice. It all sucks. And that's kind of why I love it.
Man,
Keep up the terrible work. This podcast sucks. Wash your hands. Caleb, die.
Me and one of my buddies who are big Metallica fans, we always had a theory that if that album just had normal drums and was released by anyone other than Metallica, that it would have been like deemed one of the greatest like hard rock metal albums of the 2000s. But since it was just like at Metallica's low point, it's just forever known as just being a piece of dog
Well, if they
shit.
didn't use trash cans as mics for that album,
I will never understand that. Some of the songs are pretty good. I'll still put on like Some Kind of Monster every so often.
Is that the album that sounds better on Guitar Hero, or was that like
any
one of the
cover of that
recent
song
albums?
probably sounds better than the original. Just production wise, it literally sounds like it was recorded in a fucking garage. And they did so on purpose. That's the annoying part. They're like, "Oh man, it's cool if we make it sound like rough around the edges and
like
grungy and like shitty." It's like you're gonna spend
no,
millions
it
of
just
dollars
sounds
to
like
make
shit.
it sound like shit on purpose. That's a great idea.
Dude, there's so many Norwegian black metal bands that still fucking do that shit, and it pisses me off. I'm like, dude, we had like, I can't even like hear your guy like singing. I can barely hear him over the screeching
art,
of the
man.
fucking shitty guitars being played on like a cassette player through like a fucking tub of dog shit.
Metallica is the same band that for the And Justice for All album, they that was shortly after their original bassist Cliff Burton died, and they got their second guy Jason Newsted on, who was great, but to basically
if you can hear him.
But basically to like get back, like if you want to like even put it that way, like the new bassist or like prank him, like do whatever, grill him. They basically took his mix in that first debut album he was on and just literally turned it to 0. So once again, going out of their way to make an album like sound like shit on purpose, just as like some sort of message.
Does that?
That's
And
like
sadly, instrument or like song wise, it's
Metallica.
one of their best albums. Like every song on that album is a fucking banger, but they still to this day haven't officially like released an official version of the album by them. That does,
Yeah,
it just sounds so
like
thin.
a remastered one.
It sounds so thin. There's no low end at all. It just sounds so thin and lifeless, but the songs are so good. All right, Metallica autist rant over. Sorry.
I used to be a Metallica autist. I feel your pain.
What made you see the light?
I
Norwegian
started
black
listening to
metal, apparently.
other thrash metal bands that were better.
NASCAR on NBC changed their opening theme.
Yeah, well, when I heard yeah, when somebody played like Testament: The New Order for me, like I was like, oh, that's what this genre is capable of. Oh, I see now.
I'm a big Megadeth and Slayer fan as well. I like all the mainstream ones.
Shout out to
I'm a
Slayer
boring
in
boy.
NASCAR giving us the most based pod scheme that's ever existed.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
Recorder
Oh yeah, I
54.
remember that. Slayer.
We only have 3 emails this week, so step it up,
Send 'em
guys.
in, guys.
And they were all about anime. Dear
I was gonna
God.
say, so this is all the ones from like 3 weeks ago, but this week we have 2 from Andrew R and then 1 from Carl.
Well, to be fair, they probably thought the podcast was dead.
They probably thought the podcast.
Well,
was
when
dead.
it came back last week,
Who was it
send
that
them in.
called? Who was it that said
I
the
guess-
podcast sucks and Caleb die?
that was Ryan.
Ah,
It was
look,
based.
half of our
Ryan,
viewers.
keep sending in your emails. I love you.
Carl writes in. Carl says, "Yo, I straight up didn't even realize you guys didn't upload a podcast last week until you pointed out. Next time, just gaslight the audience and say you put one out and no one cares enough to notice.
Skip the number. Skip the number on the thumbnail.
If I
Or that it got
miss
deleted.
a day,
Certain episodes.
I get comments and people. Dude, there's a guy in my every tweet that I put out. He was like, "Is Shrimp Hour?" This is the Grandpa Died guy,
Is Shrimp Hours dead?
which is hilarious
For
because
real
he
this time.
put
It's
that out
bleeding.
under one of my biggest tweets. Because I put out the
That we
another
found
one
out
of
has
those,
made its way to Facebook.
yeah, another one of these fucking iRacing, which people love this thing. Yeah, it's got reposted to Facebook. It was on Instagram.
40,000
The
likes.
original got 40,000, and then a screenshot of it that I put out the other week got 17,000.
All right,
never
I'll take
gotten that
cash
many
or
fucking
personal
likes.
check for suggesting that you tweet that out to me.
Well,
Thank you,
I love
Cody.
that this is just like coding porn. Of like, oh yeah, we were.
Yeah,
That's like the file in Team Fortress 2 where it's like just a picture of a hamburger or something.
It's a
watermelon,
pineapple.
isn't it? Oh, pineapple, that's what it is.
But if you remove it, the entire game won't work.
They
so-
literally didn't need to like add the word catastrophic at all.
that's the best part is the way that it's written, the way they go catastrophic engine failure at any time for no reason. Like that's why this pops.
They could have.
So I told
they
them to
coulda-
say thanks to whoever wrote this.
They could have gaslight the fuck out of us. Or gaslit the fuck out of us just by like not tweeting it, but it was never a problem ever again. So people just randomly had their motors blow up and it never happened again.
Fucking Luke drops like, does Shrimp Hours still exist on it? To which I immediately responded, no, I'm deleting everything. It'll be gone forever. And because this tweet popped, I got 100
Oh my
likes.
god.
No.
Get fucked, Luke.
Yeah, that's why no one sent in an email. They all saw that.
Shout out to
Yeah,
the
we'll get a
hidden,
Luke one next week, I'm sure.
shout out to hidden
It's like
Twitter
when,
blue tweet.
Yeah, Twitter.
Listen, my extensions
That's
are
all of
working.
them.
That's
It's
when
X
kids
premium
tortured
now,
Rusty for
dude.
the fucking NASCAR Heat DLC shit.
God.
Yeah, Ben,
Dude,
come back to Twitter and just do that.
Fucking iRacing
Yeah,
dropped
I'm
that
good.
tweet where it's like, what's your favorite update
Damn it.
of the year? And some motherfucker was like, the update where you guys made my CPU bad. I can't race with more than 10 cars. Like, fucking shut up.
I'm sorry your Dell Optiplex doesn't run iRacing anymore.
It was
It
like
ran
a,
NASCAR Racing 2003 just fine. I'm going back to that.
it was a
Oh,
guy
yeah,
that I'd seen
that,
before.
that sounds like someone we know.
Sounds like someone based we know.
It's true.
I guess, do we want to talk about the trading paints thing? There's also a trading paints thing. I'm in the running for fucking paint of the year, which I think
I didn't even realize that until like a couple days ago where it popped up. I'm like, holy shit, that's DT.
Yeah, so they take all of the like paint of the weeks that they select, and then they do like a fan vote, like bracket, where they start with like 36. There's fucking some number of dudes, like 48 dudes,
32.
and then it works. I'm in the final 4 this week, and I'm actually winning. I might go to the finale.
How do I
you
vote?
win?
On tradingpaints.com/POTY for paint of the year.
You have to
Potty?
sign in.
What do you win?
It's short for potty.
Nothing. You don't win a single thing.
Red Rocket
But it's
Nut of the
cool.
year.
Trading Paints is just called DT.com for
Yeah,
a day.
DT's fighting to win the potty award.
So I beat this fucking horrible Hyundai week 1.
Wow, dude.
And I've just worked my way all the way through to the final 4, where it's Noah Sweet, this motherfucker that makes all these green cars that look cool. Some dude's Daytona 24 paint scheme, which has made it this far. And then me, and I'm currently leading. There's, at time of recording, 2 days left, and then the finale will be
I'll be honest,
me against either of these guys.
Noah's car looks pretty sweet.
That's wow. I voted for it. I don't know how it's losing. That would be just a fun finale to go up against him.
I might be a hater, maybe just being biased. I don't see the huge appeal of the other 3 aside from that banger on the bottom right.
Well, listen, I'm trying to go all the way. You don't win anything, but it's fun. There's a guy that lost in like round 3 that made a big stink about it on Twitter. Even though the guy that beat him was then ousted in the next round immediately, and it was like all for nothing.
Now, who's in charge of trading paints again? Who runs that?
It's 3 guys. It's Sean, Patrick, and Steve.
I was gonna say it's Steve, right?
I don't know what he does for them, because he doesn't code it and he doesn't run the Twitter.
He's in
still,
charge
like,
of the awards and trophies. He needs to send you the Potty of the Year award.
I need a Trading Paints Red Rocket Nut of the Year.
It's just
If I
Which I
win
do
that
have
shit.
the trophy now.
It's just a.
Oh, that's true.
I just need an address.
Yeah.
I love how nothing's
do that.
capitalized on that. It just looks so just unprofessional.
Can we show that? Hold on.
Yeah,
We
please
pull that
get
up.
that.
So I do have to ask Ryan Williams where to send this to.
Send in your fucking.
But Ben
shrimps.
has acquired the Red Rocket Nut of the Year award.
What the
It is real.
So Gabe, we picked our favorite paint scheme on an episode, and we wanted to send them a trophy. This one looks like a shrimp, but someone said it looks like a red rocket, and we kept saying that the paint scheme is nutty. Therefore, it is the Red Rocket Nut of the Year award. Going to Ryan Williams, who designed the car.
And he will place that proudly on his desk or his shelf, displayed with all his
I
other
will have to
awards.
say shout out to where we got the trophy from, which is Far Out Awards. They did send me an email saying, hey, we noticed that this is all lowercase. Do you want us to fix this? Like double checking. I'm like, no, that's how we want it.
Why?
Yeah, absolutely not.
Why does that
It's
thing look so
funnier.
sharp?
It's-
Looks
it's-
like it could stab
Look
you.
at this fucking thing, dude.
It's so intricate.
Imagine getting shanked by a shrimp.
Would you message them? It's
It
like,
is-
hey, not only do you not fix the lowercase, can you misspell one word, please,
Of your choice.
of your choice?
No,
Imagine
it's
Ryan
they did a
Williams
great
has
job.
this, and he has like a home invasion. He has to use this for self-defense, and he stabs it.
Imagine
Dude,
he
you
puts
get
this.
hit someone pretty good with the Red Rocket Nut of the Year trophy.
Imagine
It's gonna save his life one day.
Imagine we live in a reality where Ryan Williams put this in his office at Junior Motorsports.
Dude, so that was the
Junior-
original joke, was we would just mail it to Junior Motorsports with his name on it and hope that it got to him.
Junior like regularly walks into Ryan's office to see what he's working on, like see what he's cooking. Oh man, what's this? Oh, and just leaves.
How many hundreds of dollars were spent to make this award happen?
Too many.
100.
Buy some merch.
Buy it now, guys.
All right. Well,
Send in your fucking credit card information.
Yeah, we got to get to Daytona somehow for that ARCA debut.
I didn't read these other 2 emails. Shit, I forgot. There's straight up 2 more.
Way to
I
go,
got
Tommy.
so
You just
distracted.
cut-
Oh, he blew his load early.
He blew his nut of the year.
The shrimps go ARCA
Premature.
testing.
Premature nutting.
Our good friend from down under, Andrew R, says, afternoon all y'all. In episode 126, question asked, what's the greatest sporting moment of 2024? And he's attached a fucking Australian Football League highlight.
I think I answered that question on last episode.
If we play this, it might not be viewable in Australia.
I was going to say, I don't think we can play this. But he says it was round 22, what the fuck? Round 22,
Yeah, right.
Hawthorn versus Carlton. And apparently Hawthorn won, even though they sucked. Watching Australian rules football is so funny because that's what American football looks like to other people. Like it makes no sense to anyone unless you know like 500 intricate rules. I was thinking about the other day how fucking American football is insane like that.
I sat in a Discord with a group of people that I know that are like not connected to the community that we are in, and they're on iRacing.
Good for them.
You know, they have common interests and stuff like that. But they were watching cricket religiously. I sat in there for 2.5 hours. I left not knowing a goddamn thing.
That's
Dude,
what it
I
looks
did
like
that
to
too.
watch baseball if you're not American.
And I just did not understand cricket.
They try to smack the ball with the
Cricket
paddle.
is like
that's
the
all I know.
American football of baseball. Like if you get a home run, it's 6 points. If you hit
it goes over the fucking thing, or you like have 2 dudes that run back and forth. I understand the basics.
I'll be honest with you. You guys explain the rules of cricket anymore, I'm gonna get pissed off and leave.
Most American thing.
Dude,
you ever
I
said.
watched a 30-minute YouTube video explaining the rules of cricket. I am no closer to understanding it now than I was before.
That's 30 minutes.
You don't know your overs.
I love the score.
And there's different rules depending on whether you want to watch the one that goes on for weeks on end, or if you want to go over the recent rules version.
Australia loves that shit too.
Watching the end of a cricket game is like that Family Guy cutaway where he's like the radio broadcast of a country I've never heard of explaining a sport I've never watched, and it's like the Humdoozy Wimblewampas won 62 to Swubby Fleeb. At the time is 56 Railroad.
The other email from Andrew R says that we asked last week, when did history go wrong? Which, what did we determine? It was
9/11.
George. It was 9/11, right? That we said the world went wrong.
I made that as a joke. Okay.
Andrew R says
Woodrow Wilson being elected.
I would say when Al Gore got elected by the Supreme Court.
Before we move on from last week's answer, Caleb had a hilarious line that he completely didn't think of until after we stopped recording. Because we answered this last, our serious answer was well, Dale died, and then 6 months later, 9/11 happened. So that was probably a pretty rough moment in history. And then Caleb, we were talking afterwards, just yeah, and then I was born 6 months after that. Bad things come in threes always.
Andrew R says, I think that 11/11/75 was pretty bad. I don't know what happened on that day. Reagan and Thatcher confirmed we were already in the wrong timeline, but the final proof was the Ford Taurus. Andrew R says the Ford Taurus had no right to exist. The Falcon was better, and in Canada, the Fairmont had the inline 6 and the Windsor V8. Chevy had the 305 V8 and could have put it into the Omega. NASCAR towed the water with the 5-liter V8 formula by trying to choke the Aero Warriors. If the Taurus never happens, Gen 4 happens differently, Dale doesn't die, 9/11 never happens, and the world ends up with a worldwide V8 supercars formula. And we would have had a 5-liter V8 Camry instead of the Dentmobile with a tissue box on the parcel shelf.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
I challenge you to show me the difference. Take the badges off and just line up a row of beige cars. And I challenge you to pick out the difference between a 2000 or a 1999 Mercury, Lincoln, Ford Taurus, and a Buick.
Yeah, good
Show
luck.
me. Show me.
They're all
Point them out.
boats.
Yeah, what was
They're all
the
the same
Mercury
fucking
one?
car.
It was the
cycling?
Mercury Mariner, the Lincoln Mark or Marquis or something like that.
Grand Marquis?
Yeah.
Yes.
that's
The
Grand
fuck is a
Marquis.
Mercury
Buick Grand
Mariner?
Marquis.
No, the Mariner is the Ford Escape.
Oh yeah, there was like some Mercury version. It was like literally just a Ford Taurus.
It was the
That is-
Grand Marquis.
That's one of the craziest things about crossing the border from Canada is that no one gave a fuck about Mercury here. So you will literally cross the bridge, go into Michigan, and there will just be like Lincoln F-150s and like Mercury Ford Escapes, and you're like,
a
what the hell
Navigator.
is going on here? No, it's a Mark LT or whatever. Anyway, this was episode 127. What do we call it?
What do we got written down?
I only have one written down, which is you can
Holy
only
bust
bust so many times, which I think is pretty solid.
The animetism.
Or something related to the Star Wars fucking duct tape
You can
Stockholm
only
syndrome.
bust so many times.
I'm a fan.
Paid for,
You only bust so much. I think that's the one.
paid
There
for
it is.
driver intros.
Thanks for being on, Gabe. We'll see you in another 8 months or whenever you get ejected from.
Yeah, whenever you get ejected, I was
Oh
Cut
my
you
god, yeah,
fingers.
yeah.
We need the exclusive interview immediately
Okay,
after it
coming.
happens.
I gotta come in for a deep. Oh, and it's not gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like, yeah, we rolled through the first time, the spoiler angle was off, so we rolled around, and then the exhaust didn't fit, so then I had to go sit in the van.
Bye. Send us emails for next week.
Please.
Aw, damn it, I didn't get Ellie up on camera for any time.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Cody, why did you run away for a minute?
Badass.
well, show me Ellie. Bring your camera up.
I'll pull him back up if
Yeah,
Ellie's
put
here.
him back up.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there she is.
There it is.
yeah.
We'll bite your thumb.
She does not give a fuck.
She might be pissed.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Bye.